Well, that was a rousing number, I must say. It almost succeeded in rousing me. You know? Almost. Well, I've just been feeling, I think it's wonderful news that we've sprung ahead. If they'd said fall back again, it wouldn't have so springing ahead into spring, and so I'm open to getting with that energy of light and activity outside and all of that. It's great to see the fields. The scripture reading was white, but not white with snow. White for harvest. And on the way in, in fact, as we were driving in, Shanti and Zach and I, we noticed that some of the farmers have already plowed some of their fields. And so, yeah, it's a good sign, good sign. It's really the theme of our lesson today, cultivating and planting our inner garden, building our own consciousness, and reaping the fruits of that labor. But I was thinking about a time when we were all living near to Unity Village when I was going to seminary, and Shanti was the chief soloist at the Unity Village Chapel. James Dillett Freeman would come and listen to Shanti sing and tug on her sleeve saying, "You're my favorite." And I would always swell with pride about that. I thought that was really cool. But one of the things they offered during the spring and summer was a community garden plot that was a part of the Unity Village grounds. And so we lived in nearby Lee's Summit, a few miles away. And so we decided to jump on that opportunity and plant a garden. We soon found out, though, that having a garden at a distance from one's home in the almost tropical summer of Missouri didn't work very well because we would come back after we had spent hours clearing the field and making sure all the weeds were gone and planting and everything. We'd come back in 2 days, and it was a riot of what we call weeds. I mean, it was great if we were trying to. Maybe that was the problem. We should have been trying to grow those weeds, and we would have been very successful. But we were trying to grow other things, and anyway, that put me in mind of that. Perhaps there are some in the room who are anticipating the coming of spring and maybe already thinking about what seeds you want to plant, and maybe even have a greenhouse where you're starting that whole process. But this is our theme today. The section of the book is entitled "Plant What You Love in the Garden of Your Life." Plant what you love in the garden of your life. And of course, this can be both outwardly and inwardly. But today we're probably going to focus on inwardly. Since I'm really not renowned for my green thumb anyway, no. So we're going to focus on our inner garden. And it begs the question, because we can all view ourselves as budding master gardeners of our inner garden. We can all rest assured, be confident in the knowing that we are able to plant that garden according to our own desires, according to what we would be most delighted by if it were to spring up in the soil of our inner life. So that's perhaps different for all of us. Some of us may really want to grow, plant seeds of strength. The daily word scripture was perfect this morning. The words of Jesus that knowing the truth, it will make us free. And as we take control of our inner garden, and thank goodness we don't live a distance from it, it's closer than breathing and nearer than hands and feet. As we tend our inner garden, we can plant in that garden whatever we want to grow in our lives, knowing that as we build that consciousness, nothing but blessing upon blessing can result. One of the things I'd like to say, though, as we pursue this, is that we're not actually creating the joy and the truth and the beauty and the love and the peace. We're building a consciousness of the awareness of those qualities that already exist in us as us. So that's good news. We don't have to figure out how to create joy or create love or create strength or peace. This is a practice of removing the obstacles, removing the stones, removing the weeds, removing all that has perhaps covered up those qualities. But those qualities are there. Those qualities are there in us. And so as we build our consciousness, as we live with ideas such as love and strength, when we practice affirmations, I am strong, I am peace, I am love, these affirmations are actually true, and that through the power of these affirmations, all that is unlike that truth is gently removed, gently falls away. And it doesn't matter our past experiences, our past traumas, our past stories, no matter how far past you want to go into past lives, this quality of being, this love, this divinity is another word we use to describe it, this wholeness, this holiness is there in us, undiminished and undamaged. And so our work as spiritual gardeners is to tend this truth, to give ourselves to it, to gently let go of stories and circumstances and roll up our sleeves and involve ourselves in the growing of these qualities. But again, it's the growing of our awareness of these qualities. When you have a consciousness of love, you realize, first of all, that you are love and that everyone you encounter is that love. That awareness grows because of the power of the practice of belief